And out of the tree steps a Fardarig.
Is it Seal? Or Seal? I'm assuming it's not.
It is.
It is. Oh, Seal! Oh my, it's good to see you!
He does not respond to you. He is staring directly at Oliver. Alright, he looks at you and says, "Get your hands off me. I'm gonna be killing this one."
Why?
You might say that he has an unnatural hostility and considers you to be...
It's the card!
Hard.
The deck.
He pulled
I
the rogue.
pulled a card that
That's
made
right.
a random person.
Okay. You can ride a wolf, Oliver can ride a horse, I can ride Barnabas.
Awesome.
And Sial is a small creature, so he takes up very little room. Alright,
Yep, I have
so
him tucked under my arm.
the, couple hours that you had spent riding are now spent going back in the opposite direction. You make it back, and the Lord of the Hunt is still just with his party. They haven't moved. They really haven't done much. They're just lounging around and enjoying the day. Sees you coming up and says, "Oh, back so soon?"
Well, we had a bit of an incident.
Yes, this one here has been affected by some powerful magic, and nothing that we have is capable of fixing it, but we figured if anyone could, it would be you. And I'll set Sial down in front of him.
He looks over him and what kind of magic did this?
A deck of cards.
Oh!
Care to explain?
Look, I pulled one card, the next thing went to another, and maybe there were like 4 out of the deck. I didn't choose to do 4, it just happened that way.
The deck that you didn't have that Ser Ridire had.
No, I don't have it anymore, of course. I wasn't lying.
Well, I'm in a joyous mood today. Let's see what I can do.
While he's waiting, I basically get down in Sial's face, and I do the whole Chewinga mask,
Okay.
and I say to him in Sylvan, "I'll have you know, I am no Hokel."
Okay. Taking it back a long ways.
That's a deep cut there.
Yeah. I'm gonna have all of you roll me a D100. He really doesn't have anything right now that's like a spell that would benefit from this, but... Wow! No!
Wow.
No! He says, you might consider going back to, Sarastra? But I can't help him.
It was worth a shot. Thank you.
I can hold on to him, I guess, or for a little bit.
I think I'll keeping it, because then if he's needed to be present for whatever cleansing happens, I think it's better if we take him with us.
Yeah, fair enough. He's safe.
Thank you.
We'll try.
The entire time this is going on, Cial is just cursing at Oliver. Just string of insult after insult after insult.
Cial, are you really gonna let your proud self be affected by magic like this? I thought you were better than that.
Doesn't matter what you thought. It only matters that this one dies for what he did.
Okay, then. And now I'm gonna transport via plants to the closest tree to Sarastra's place.
Okay.
That one right there.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty along this route. You actually know of a tree that was like along the long path down into her chasm.
Oh, good.
There were a few tree trunks that you're able to go out of and into her realm, so you're a lot closer.
Yep, and we're going to, I mean, I'm just gonna...
We're gonna walk down to her doors.
Towards her place.
All right. You enter the door and...
Oh, we don't have to say,
We don't have to say friend again?
friend in a bunch of different languages. That's what worked last time.
I know. Thanks for the sub, buddy.
Hey, Ross Ryan. Always coming in as a champ. As you approach, the doors open automatically, and you enter into her chamber. You all remember it. It was very bright, well lit. Lots of people kind of gathered around. All of the like display cases with her trinkets and knickknacks adorn the area. Lots of her court are around, but she sees you walking up and comes out and just, my friends, you're back. It's so good to see you. Why do you have Cial tied up? What are you doing?
Well, Oliver made a big boo-boo, and I'm going to pull out the deck of many things, and I'm going to hand it to her. And it's like, and Cial, unfortunately, is one of the ones that has had to suffer for it, so we were hoping you could help. And I'm going to hand her a deck of many things, and it is going to vanish from this campaign for all eternity.
Until next time.
I didn't get to pull a card.
Until I write it into my next character.
She looks at you, Oliver, with this just stern face, and she goes, and how many cards did we pull?
Well, I intended to pull one, and then it kind of pulled 4 more itself, or something like that. I forget. I got this out of it, though. The whole the scythe and
You have Death's Scythe.
Oh yeah, he spoke to me and said, "Hey, that was pretty cool. Take it. You have my blessing," and things like that. It was pretty neat. Also, some person might have vanished from existence, but
You neglected to mention that part.
oh, that's right. I didn't mention that to you guys, did I?
Wait. You what, Oliver? You banished somebody from existence?
No, he banished himself by pulling a card.
You had somebody else pull a card.
Well, yes, I couldn't just do it myself.
How many cards have been pulled?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to count. Let's see. The death, and then there was the one that made me pull other cards, and then there was the one that did this to Cial, and then what other ones were there? I don't remember any of the other ones.
Okay, so the first one would have granted you XP or taken XP away from you, and we do
Right.
milestones, so that's why you had to draw another card.
Right.
And then the
And
next one, I
then-
think, made you draw 2 more or something like that.
Yeah. And then it was enemy and death.
Death.
And then I think it's 5?
I think it's 5 altogether.
Because you had the other guy draw the last one.
And she looks at you, she looks at the deck. You need to stand right here. And I'll be right back. I need to grab my journal. We're gonna jot all of this down. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna take very extensive notes.
I like the sound of that. That sounds very good. Because I knew it was a good idea to take that.
And she goes and gets a notepad and just starts writing down everything that happened.
Yeah, it was discuss.
And
You know, if
This
If it
might be
wasn't-
the best
As she's
possible
gone.
way that the deck could have gone in any campaign ever.
so,
As she's gone, getting her journal and on the way back, I'm gonna look at Oliver. I'm gonna be like, Oliver, you're going to stop acting like this is a good thing, or I am taking back my friendship bracelet.
Oliver,
It's a good thing. I don't understand.
You know, I gotta say, if it wasn't such a pain in the ass for me to be able to read things, that sounds pretty awesome, and I might.
It was fun. It was fun. I only got a little bit scarred from it, but you know, I also got this really cool scythe. So
she comes back and wait, Talamh, you're wanting to pull a card?
No,
Yeah.
nobody's pulling any cards today.
I mean,
No,
oh,
no.
hold on. Okay, no, I don't want to pull it.
Ridire is sitting there getting 5 feet closer and closer and closer. You're going to make the
slowly,
right
like,
decision.
Ridire's thinking that the deck would actually be safer in his hands than Sarastra's.
Not wrong. All right. And then she turns and looks at Ciel and says, well, we cannot leave him in this condition, can we?
it would be unfortunate.
Probably not.
No, because he's unable to explain what really happened, and we want to be able to help.
Well, then let's just let's get him back to normal. And she casts a ritual wish spell. And
Damn, son!
You can just cast Wish as a ritual.
I mean,
He's a Fey Lord.
sure. It's either that or you all hunt for a wish spell from somebody for the next,
No,
like,
I'm fine
8
with her
campaigns.
casting Wish as a ritual.
Oh, I'm just calling up another god. Hey!
Be like, yeah,
Been a
Oliver, you know all those
while.
gods that you're in contact
1-800 dial a god.
Do you think they
I mean, you could certainly try.
What's up,
Oliver.
Azuth?
Hang on. Listen, we could just keep going to sleep in the Feywild enough times until one speaks to him again. They seem to come at night.
You could always try reaching out to one of the gods.
Nah, we're fine here.
Okay. So yeah, the ritual is cast. It takes about an hour, and at that point, Ciel blinks and looks around and says, what, well, that was a lot of anger, wasn't it?
Yeah, sorry about that. It is
Yes.
side effect of a choice I made.
Sorry you had to go through that.
I'm sorry, I had to hit you a couple times.
Oh, I'm glad there was no damage done on my end, really, but, no, I am still upset with you. All 3 of you.
But at least
Understandably
we
so,
know
and
what
we
happened.
yes, we want to help fix this because we thought this had been taken care of, and had we known, we never would have left it as it was.
I hope that you mean that. Couple of weeks, a month after you left and supposedly took care of the worm. we were camping outside of her cave, and who should appear? She killed my friends. And I ran.
If I may ask, how did she appear? Did she just show up, or did she come out of the cave?
She came through the woods. We thought she was the lady that you had rescued, her captive. She was looking like her, and then all of a sudden she was the hag again, the worm again.
Oh my! Did she transfer her consciousness into the woman we saved?
Everybody go ahead and roll me a history check.
It's a nat 20.
Ah. Well, good thing Oliver's got it.
Hags, like the green hags, are not your specialty, Talamh or Ridire. Talamh, you're usually torturing them and, annoying them, not really worried about their abilities.
I don't torture people.
Just
Emotionally, I think it means.
He means in a
emotionally
mischievous
torture.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like Dennis Menace.
Yes.
Like the way we torture Chuck.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oliver, you recall from one of your books that you haven't really thought about this in a long time. Hags have an illusionary appearance. And they can put curses on people, like forcing them to look like a hag and forcing them to cast out lightning bolts.
That's what I had hoped didn't happen.
So, remember when you saved her, she refused to be touched. Every time you got near, she moved away.
That's why she was screaming up a string of curses.
You called her ugly.
No, she was screaming curses before we even got to the cave.
Yeah.
Because we could hear it.
Yeah, because she was looking at herself in her cursed form.
And she was unable to say anything?
In her shock and she wasn't a very nice person, and when somebody said something negative about her, and she just went kind of Karen on you all, not really realizing that would cause lightning bolts, and then she was going to be killed.
Well, she also cast an illusion spell on me.
Yeah, she cast fear.
Which is why I didn't think it was anything. Okay, that's just...
Neat.
Well, if she harmed the people in that village, which I'm assuming she did, which is why you haven't gotten money from it anymore.
We never got money from the village.
We're not.
Oh, you did from Kathnia.
No, I never.
No, she didn't have one of those
I
magic
never brokered a deal with
things yet.
Kathnia.
But we're gonna be having. Ooh, that's gonna be really hard for Ridire to be merciful.
And that was northwest, right?
Where
Yep.
we were.
That was
where we're
heading,
going.
Bowald. That was your very starting city.
I was thinking about heading back to Bowald, making sure the Aridni were still behaving, but I could crack a hag skull along the way.
No, the Aridni took off. Once their so-and-so cattle kept dying off and getting all sickly, wasn't really a reason for them to be sticking around.
I guess because the people weren't following the lights anymore, were they?
Not following the lights, and that town has gone to hell.
I'm sorry, it's what?
Oh, it's just a shell of its former self.
Has everyone else left, or?
No, there's people there.
Oh,
Used to
boys
be.
are torn.
Used to be hearing music from it, used to be hearing people all around. Now they keep to their houses, keep to themselves. Or they
There's the
die.
end of- There's the literal wolfy apocalypse to deal with, but there's also, it's... I almost feels like home.
Sarastra,
Yeah?
do you know of any magic that would allow us to travel back in time?
Back in time, I mean, no, that's something that maybe a deity could do, a god could do, but even that would be breaking a lot of rules of the Pantheon.
Dear gods of Oliver, if you ever cared about anything, can you come say hello so we can ask you a question?
Roll me a religion check.
Click it again. There we go. A 13.
Alright, roll me a D37.
17. That is a prime number to roll.
That's
right
my
there.
favorite number.
You watch as the room gets incredibly dark.
Do
And, well, okay. The rest of you see the room get very dark.
I? Never gets old.
Damn it. And grows very cold, and the air gets completely still. Stepping out of a shadow, just lightly illuminated, is a skeletal creature with spikes all over it, and it's dragging this mace with all these different barbs on it. Not a mace, but like a chain, a ball and chain, but it branches off into a whip.
Oh god, who solved the lament configuration?
We have
It's
sights to show you.
very much that. And the being moves forward and says, "What can I do for you?"
Is everyone within 10 feet of me?
Yeah.
Okay, you're all immune to fear, so don't worry, guys.
Oh, good.
At this point,
And-
seeing this, everybody, even Sarastra, is like clumping up with the three of you.
First of all, I didn't think that would work.
You see, this is what happens. Tell them it just kind of happens like this, and then they just show up, and then hello.
Oliver, which one is this? Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello.
We've not been introduced. My name's Talamh. May I have yours?
You can't have my name.
May I hear it?
You may. I am Leviatar.
Cool ass name.
Is
Goddess
it?
of pain.
Oh.
I think I caught one of those in Pokemon Go the other day.
What can I do for you?
I don't suppose that you could send people back in time.
No. We don't do that.
Is there a particular reason why?
The fabric of the universe tends to break. We like the fabric of the universe.
Yeah, I do as well. To be honest, you're scaring me a little bit.
Is the fabric of the universe not being affected by everything else that's happening?
Affected, yes. All things have order. All things have purpose.
Is there a way, without the deck, of course, to change what has happened? Affect the, perhaps in your realm, what pain has been inflicted?
Why would you want to stop or change pain? It's
And
so pure.
Could
I'd
it be
really like
transferred?
to redirect it to affect somebody else.
Well, that's what champions are for. Would you like to be a champion?
Does that like champion thing, like, is that something that just gets passed around? Because I'm pretty sure there's like 2 people that are like already.
Yeah,
Like-
who is she directing that question at?
Anybody in earshot, which is just the 4 of you. 5. Ciel's there too.
I'm afraid that if I were to say yes, that it wouldn't lead to very good things. For me or for anyone, really.
If someone became your champion, would you allow them to go against the fabric of reality?
No. You'd need to be a god to do that.
And how does one become a god?
That's not knowledge we give out.
If I were to accept, how would this affect previous relationships I have? Do you all relatively get along, or are there would there be some conflict of interest?
Oh, we've had our eyes on you for a while.
Like as a collective, or like individually, each of you, like, you know, fighting to get me? Or is that like
Yes.
both? Got it, good.
Oh my, Oliver, I think you're getting passed around like a pipe in a druid circle.
It does kind of sound like that. Look, I would be willing to accept, but I would prefer if this was less of particular individual championing and more of a general championing, so I don't have any sort of we need to come up with some rules or something for this, because I can't keep having like people come up to me and be like, do you want to be mine? Can I just like collectively, is it possible to do that? Or could you guys have like a mass meeting? Is there like a way to like get together and figure this out, because this keeps happening?
Crowdfunded champion of the gods.
Leviatar just starts chuckling to themselves and starts to slink back into the shadows and says, collectively, we'll see.
Before you go,
Hmm?
could you maybe say hi to someone for me?
Who would you like me to visit?
I'd like you to visit Shar and tell her to knock off what she's been doing in the prime material realm. If you could. If not, that's fine, but I figured it was worth asking.
We do not meddle directly with our siblings. That's why we have champions.
I
Maybe
see.
instead of meddling with each other, you could work with each other to come to a greater agreement, to make, you know, everything like not the sky not go red, and like the sister being like, I want to kill you, and your daughters and everything. You know, I think that would ultimately lead for better, you know, systems here. Look, we can talk to the logistics later, but if you want to go talk to people, and you know, I'm sure there's others listening and things like that, and come to some sort of agreement. That would be great.
Glad I have your insight on the subject. Little mortal.
Look, sometimes mortals can have good ideas.
And when you have one, pray in pain.
Well, anyways, let me know on the whole, like, collective thing.
Does a deep, low bow and backs up into shadow. The shadow overtakes her. And reality exists again.
That was creepy as boop.
Look, I know it is your first time. It's always, like, wild the first time. But eventually it just becomes, like, happen place, you know?
Oliver, how did you get all the gods to be interested in you?
I have no idea at all. It just happened. If I could tell you, I would. And I'm sure there's something, but they keep saying these really, really general and non-specific things about how they have their eyes on me, and then it just nothing, no answers. It's crazy.
It's the cologne. Those commercials are not lying.
You know what?
I'm imagining those cologne commercials where like the guy walks down and all the women are like following him, but they're all the gods instead.
And 30 insight from that conversation have given me any sort of clue
On what?
why the gods seem so interested in Oliver after talking to that one.
No. No. Leviatar was the wrong one to get.
Ah. Not Prime.
They just keep appearing like at random too. Like it's like a roll of the dice, you know? It just happens like at random. Anyways, Sarastra, I'm sorry you had to see that. This happens and
yeah. That was unsettling. I'm gonna ask you all to go so I can write down what just happened.
good idea. We have to deal with the hag anyways.
Before we go, you had a Holy Avenger down in your storage room. Could I borrow that, perhaps?
I'm gonna need to test it out. You can use it to kill your hag, but then I'm gonna need it back.
EO.
And she goes and gets it. Now, you have to take careful notes of how this works. And, you know, I'm going to need a detailed description of everything.
Absolutely. Is it like in a sword form, I'm assuming? Like a long sword?
Yeah.
It has been delightful to catch up.
Thank you for
Yes,
returning
thank
my deck.
Yes, anytime.
You have caused some... Ooh, you've opened up some gateways with that.
A couple.
Good luck.
Sure. Thank you. It was awfully
Thanks,
vague
we'll need it.
and foreboding.
Shall we go and stomp a couple of worms, or at least one very large one?
I think that would be a good idea.
So what do you do?
Well,
Leave and head north, I'm assuming.
We need to find a way out of the Feywild and get up there to find the worm and destroy her.
well, we're gonna have to probably take the Fey tree that we were going to
Right
take.
there, right?
Can
Yeah.
I see the material plane map real fast?
Absolutely.
So that's gonna take us outside of the wolf-controlled territory.
I can magic circle us to here.
Yeah,
Or here.
but I can't transport us via plants again today.
Well, it's going to take us more than a day to get to the tree. But once
Which
we're in
is
the material,
a minute.
once we're in the material plane, I can either like magic circle us to there, and then we can try and travel up, or we can transfer via plants directly into the town, which is probably better.
Would you? Yeah, because I mean,
It
Yeah.
wastes the least amount of time.
in that way I will have. I mean, but I just won't have a 6th level spell, or whatever. I've got a 7th level.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're okay with that, but that's going to get us there the fastest.
I mean, how quickly can we get with the horse and Barnabas?
Well, Barnabas has a 90-foot fly speed.
That's true.
So if we go to the Magic Circle city and fly north, I mean, it only took us a few days to travel south, originally trudging through the forest on foot. So we could probably make it up there within a day, I would expect, but that's still an extra day.
Yeah, we'll go. I'll transport us 5 plants.
Okay. Give me 1 second here to...
Well, we have to travel to the Fey
Yeah.
Tree first.
We'll go to the Fey Tree, and then once we teleportation circle to
Here?
I don't know the name of that town.
Steebury.
Steebury. Oh, that's a good name for a town.
Well, if you're going to transport via plants, we don't even have to bother using teleportation circle.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I could just get us right
'Cause then-
there.
Because then I can use teleportation circle to get us back somewhere else afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
fast
right.
travel.
Zip, zap, zoop. I do like fast traveling. Okay, yeah, so we will...
As fast as possible towards the Fey Tree.
Okay. So,
Does y'all want to join us? He doesn't have to.
no, I'm not going anywhere near any of that. And with you attracting all sorts of creepy deities, I'm staying far away.
Think
I-
about it. The
that's perfectly
creepier the deities we could attract, the more it's gonna scare the worm.
That's a valid argument, but I'm lost my friends, and I'd rather just not be involved in this.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna make you do something you didn't want to do.
So, good luck on with you, and don't come a calling.
Fine, be that way. I won't. I'm sorry about your friends. Truly.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry I tried to kill you.
We weren't.
It isn't
worried.
your fault.
No, I think it might be yours though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. All right, you all take off and you head towards the Fey Tree. Okay. Well, as we all process what happened and I go to make a couple battle maps, may you all have a good evening. Check out all our socials, do all that stuff, but most importantly, may you roll those nat 20s and avoid those critical fails, and have a good night.
Bye.